Okay, we're going to move ahead into your first major project for Max, creating a synthesizer that plays chords and can blend between those and a noise source. So let's make a couple of changes. First and foremost, I'm going to change my noise into a pink object, if only because I just like pink noise better than white noise. I don't know why. Next, I'm going to change try to rect. Again, just personal preference. Okay, move this over to the left a little bit. And this MIDI in as well. So, to create chords, we need to do a little bit more. First and foremost, what we need is some additional copies of the waveform. I'm going to select everything here and just duplicate that. That will be able to work as, say, the fifth in our chord. Well, maybe the third. Let's do a little bit more of moving stuff over. And duplicate that again. And this will be the fifth, that will be the third. Ta-da. Now again, I have to use M to F. But before I add M to F objects here, I want to change the pitch. So I want this to be a power chord. So how do I do that? Well, I have to add some semitones to it. I can easily do that with a +7 to give myself a perfect fifth, and a +12 to give myself an octave. I'm going to connect that and connect that. Now, if I move that up, I can create not a message, but an M to F, like that, and like that. I've got different duty cycles for all of the recs. I don't really need that because I'm just going to give them all the same duty cycle. Then we'll take those down. This is starting to look pretty good. Let's test it and see what it sounds like. Set those all to square waves. Why don't we hear any sound? Well, it's simple. I didn't connect my rects. I wrecked myself. Yes, I did that on purpose just so I could do that stupid pun. Sorry. Okay, that is revealing a problem. We're starting to get some interesting interplay, but it's also exceeding the limit of our scope. What's happening here, again, is that this multiply object is summing everything. So what we're going to do is temporarily disconnect that from the blender. We're going to insert another multiply there and then connect those up. Here, I need to give this an argument. Because it's summing, everything's coming through at 100%. I want to reduce this to thirds. So I've got 1, 2, 3 objects, so I need to do 1 divided by 3, which will tell me exactly what I need to multiply this. Fortunately, 1/3 is 0.33. So I'm going to multiply that by 0.33. This is going to give me a quieter signal, but it's not going to be clipping anymore. You can take a look at my oscilloscope. It's coming through, but it's not clipping. I can drive that up higher, volume-wise, or quieter. The oscilloscope's obviously not connected to the gain, but it sounds better. Now, I can also blend in my noise signal. And everything works pretty well. If I wanted to make this a little bit more balanced, I would insert multiply by 0.33 to the pink noise as well. And that would give me a smoother transition between the volume coming out of the summed rectangular waves and the pink noise as well. That's not, strictly speaking, 100% necessary, but I kind of throw it in anyway. It just helps, in my opinion, to make everything a little bit smoother. Now, for your assignment, you'll have to do that, but if you take a look, I also said you have to use a case slider with make note. So you're going to have to insert that somewhere in order to control the frequency of all of the oscillators and the velocity that's going to ADSR. I will leave it up to you to figure out how to do that on your own.